Well, how about that? I literally finished a video where I said I would not talk about any of the rumors of anyone getting fired or anyone getting traded until I knew what was happening. And while I was finishing editing that video, by the time I got it uploaded, Doug Peterson was let go as the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm mainly smiling about the timing at which all this occurred. If you want to still check out the video for the irony of the timing of it, check it out on the top right-hand corner, any note. So Doug Pederson has been fired as the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles as of today, January 11, 2021. Now, Doug Pederson, let's face it, he was obviously not the best head coach. And this year, he did a poor job this year between waiting too long before he decided to bench Carson Wentz for Jalen Hurts. Some of his comments he makes in press conferences at times had me question him. Because I remember when 2018, when we lost to the Panthers, we had that 17-0 lead. We let them come back and they beat us 21-17. Then we fell to 3-4 after that loss. Remember Doug made some comment about there's no pressure or something like that. I remember correctly. He said something about no pressure. Sorry about that, but I remember again. And I remember looking at that comment wondering, what is this guy talking about? You're 1 year after winning a Super Bowl. Now you're 3-4 after blowing a 17-0 lead. What are you talking about? The pressure's off. And I remember last year when they were playing the game, I think it was the Vikings game, when we were getting beat at halftime, when Pam Oliver was doing the sideline reporting, she said that she asked Doug Peterson what's going on. He said, I don't know. It was that game where it may have been the Sunday night game against the Cowboys. But either way, whether it was Pam Oliver reporting from the Vikings game or Michelle DeFoy with the Cowboys game, I remember Doug saying, oh, I don't know, when he was asked what's going on. I'm thinking though as myself, you're the head coach. Is that the best answer you can provide? You couldn't make any adjustments? And I said too also that Doug Peterson was out this season. That when he obviously wasn't making adjustments, I pointed it out in videos that he did a poor job making adjustments. He did the same play callings over and over again. It made the play calling so predictable. I said at minimum he needed to be stripped of his play calling duties. Well, he's definitely been stripped of that. Not only did he get stripped of his play calling duties, he is gone. So Doug Peterson is no longer the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. The search for a new head coach will be on. I will definitely be making content talking about that. As far as Doug Peterson getting fired, I really don't think he was the best coach. I don't think he was really the main reason they won the Super Bowl when you look back on. Because looking at the 3 years since, there have been moments I've questioned him as a coach, wondering what's he doing in that role? Is he really qualified for that role? And I just gave you some examples earlier in this video of where I was questioning whether he's qualified or not, especially this previous season with the terrible play calling and the lack of adjustments made. That's definitely made me question whether or not he's really qualified to be an NFL head coach, which obviously now he's been fired from the Eagles. We don't know what his future will be. However, with that being said, though, I still think ultimately the bus stops with Howie Roseman. He's the one responsible for a lot of free agent signings, a lot of draft classes that gave the Eagles, that put them in the predicament they're in, where they have the rosters they've had. Their defense has been pretty poor. That partially falls on Jim Schwartz, who's about to be on his way out. But that also falls on Howie Roseman. He's the guy that put together that defense as well. So it's also partially him. He's the one that put together this roster. So Howie Roseman's part of it as well. So I still think the bus ultimately stops with him. I still think Howie Roseman's the main one that needs to get removed. Now, I'm not going to celebrate Doug Peterson being fired, even though I think at times he did a poor job in certain situations. Because let's face it, the Eagles now got to go through a new head coach. Not Doug Peterson, Howie Roseman's the one responsible for this. We get another poor head coach. What's there to celebrate in that? I mean, I hope they do get a better head coach. I ultimately hope that Howie Roseman, who I feel the bus ultimately stops with, gets held responsible, and I hope they move on from him. But any note, yeah, like I was saying, though, if Howie Roseman decides to bring in a new head coach and that doesn't work out, okay, you're stuck at square one all over again. You're pretty much in the same situation, possibly a worse situation a year from now, 2 years from now. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully they are in a better position. Point I'm making, though, is when there's other issues and concerns going on, is firing Doug Peterson really going to fix everything? especially if you still have Howie Roseman in charge, if they don't get it right at the head coaching with the head coach this time around. So it's a combination of different factors. Yeah, Doug Pederson was not exactly the most qualified head coach. He most certainly did not do the best job as a head coach. However, again, like I said, there's other issues in this organization. Ultimately stops at the top. So the question is, can the Eagles bring in the right head coach going forward? Are the Eagles going to actually draft properly? Are they going to go through free agency properly? Simply a change at the head coaching realm isn't going to make those things happen. Draft and free agency are the key things to building up a team, especially the draft, which the Eagles have struggled with over the past 4 to 5 years, honestly, even longer. I can't remember the last time the Eagles had a good draft, a draft that you look back on and said, wow, that was a really good draft. I don't remember the last time they did that. So if the Eagles still aren't able to put together a good draft, I'm not going to have much hope going forward that things are going to change simply because of one head coaching move. I necessarily feel like this is a terrible move. At the same time, there's still other things that need to be done, other issues that need to be fixed as well. I think ultimately the bus stops at the top with Howie Roseman, like I said. So I'll leave it at that. So Doug Pederson has been fired. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can receive notifications when I upload new videos. Feel free to give me your thoughts. Have a wonderful day. It's Nicky Steve signing off, and I'll see you next time.